All right. Well, it says we're live. And I know it's been a little while since I have been live, so I'm excited to be back here. Took a little bit of time off the end of December and just kind of getting back into it here in January. But there was a one of the things that I do. I don't know if you're like me, but there's some days when I just wake up and I'm really tired. Right? Have you ever had a day like that where you wake up and you just feel tired? You feel like you want to pull the covers back over your head and you want to go back to bed and, oh, why am I here? What am I doing? Kind of thing, right? Well, I'm sure if you're like a lot of people, you have felt that way before, and I do sometimes, right? So, one of the things that I actually do, though, that's interesting is every morning I listen to some music when I wake up. And so I have a what I call a morning playlist. That's what it's called on my iTunes. It's called Morning Playlist, right? Or Morning Music, actually. And what's interesting, the first song that actually comes on there is kind of what I wanted to talk about today about. And it's such a good feeling that Mr. Rogers actually used to sing on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You probably heard it. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling you're growing inside. Okay, you know the song, right? And it just made me, kind of think about and ponder a little bit more today, just about how good it is to be alive each day, right? So, when you think about it, I love. I think I heard Gene Simmons say this one time. Um, so I'll make a joke. He's a great philosopher, or maybe he's a rock and roll guy from Kiss. Maybe he's both, right? But I heard him say one time, any day above ground is a good day. And that's something that I always try to remember and to be grateful for is, you know what? Every single day in the world, there's some people that don't wake up. There's some people that go to bed at night and they don't wake up the next morning. They've died, right? And so, every day that I wake up, just how fucking grateful I actually am that I'm alive. And I know sometimes that maybe it's hard to think about or feel that way when you're in bed and you don't feel like getting out, right? And again, everybody's different. I choose to push myself out of bed every day because I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for all of the things that I have in life. I'm grateful I get to show up on things like this on a live video. And whether you're listening or not, it's, if one person in the world actually listens to this and has a better day, then I'm doing my job, right? And actually helping people along. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about that. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive because it really is a good feeling when you stop and think about it. I feel great that I get to live each day. And the great thing about each new day is we get to turn the page. So I just did a podcast episode on that. The fact that no matter what happens during a day, you get down to the end of the day, maybe you had a really crappy day at work. People were mean to you, you didn't like it, you got in some arguments, you didn't feel very good, or maybe you didn't quite get done what you wanted to do that day. Well, the nice thing is we get to go to bed and we get to wake up tomorrow and we get to do it again. Right now, you can choose to do what you had done before, right? If it wasn't a good day. But I always try to look at it on the bright side and think, you know what? Every day that I get up is another day for me to be grateful that I'm alive. It's another day for me to be able to create something in this world that, again, hopefully helps people, right? Like, for example, right now, as you're listening to this, I am creating something, right? You're sitting here listening, and because of that, again, I'm creating something in the world that I hope is helping you in your day. Um, because again, there's a lot of people that that don't like getting up. There's a lot of people that don't like getting up, but here's what I mean by that is, sometimes people get into a little bit of a rut and they think, I get up, I get ready, I go to work, I come home, I go to bed. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I go to bed. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I get to bed. Right? Routine, boring. It's like living Groundhog's Day. If you've ever seen that movie, Groundhog's Day, it's like waking up every day and reliving the same day. Well, it's a great feeling to know you're alive. But here's another question for you is you're alive, but are you living? Ooh, that's a good question, right? You're alive, but are you living? And there's a lot of people that don't actually live their life, right? They get up every day, they kind of do the same thing every day. They feel like they're in a rut and they don't really feel like they're living. Well, what if you just kind of twist it a little bit, right? And say, you know what? I'm grateful to be alive. And today I'm going to choose to live. I'm going to do something that maybe I normally wouldn't do. Maybe I'm going to break up my routine a little bit. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have more fun today than I had yesterday. I'm going to love more today than I loved yesterday. The song Live Like You Were Dying from Tim McGraw is a great song. I mean, as I sit and listen to that, I usually end up getting a little emotional and choked up about it because, what if we lived our life every day to where, we didn't have a problem going and jumping on a bull named Fu Manchu and trying to ride that bull for 2.7 seconds. That's living, right? Actually doing something a little bit different, showing up and actually serving and loving the people around you. That's living, right? And these are all little things that we can actually do each and every day. And the nice thing is, the fact that you're listening to this right now means you're alive. You're alive. You get to choose what you're going to do, right? You can choose to be an asshole and a jerk and be mean to people, or you can choose to be the kind of person who tries to share a little love and light with the people around you. So what are you going to choose, right? Every new day, you get to choose what you're actually going to do. So how are you going to choose to live your life? And again, I know, sometimes I feel this way sometimes as well, where it's like, yeah, but I'm not really doing anything big, right? You look around and you think about all these people doing great things in the world. Oh, they're solving poverty, solving world problems, right? But have you ever stopped to think that maybe you, right, can be the light and the joy in somebody's life? There's a lot of people that go through this life that are very lonely, that don't have people, right? They're maybe single, they don't have a lot of friends, and even just something as simple as smiling or saying hello to somebody or acknowledging that someone actually exists can be something that you can do as a way to live your life and actually make life better for people around you. It's something really, really simple that you can do, right? And again, you can choose to just be in the rat race and continue to just get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep. You can choose to live that way if you want to, or you can choose to even just do one simple thing different. What if instead, today maybe you get on social media or you pull out your phone and you text somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time? And you don't have to say anything other than, you know what, I was just thinking about you today and I wanted to let you know that there's somebody in the world that likes you. I like you, right? It's just something simple, because what you don't realize is that may be the only real human interaction that person actually has. during the day, right? What if you are the one person who actually said something kind or did something nice to someone? And I will tell you, again, I can see, because we're doing this live as well. So if you're here with me live, if you want to comment or kind of let me know that you're here as well, we can kind of carry on the conversation as well. I know for StreamYard that I use, sometimes it just says LinkedIn user. So LinkedIn user, I don't know who you are. So if you want to communicate, let me know who you are as well in the comments. But where I wanted to go is, you know what, we don't have to do anything big, or what the world thinks is big, because a lot of times the little things that we do are actually very big to people. Okay. And so here I'm gonna go here for a little bit on this. Is we don't know what's going on inside of other people. Okay. And in fact, having worked with and knowing a lot of people, I got gray hair myself now. I've lived long enough to know that a lot of times the people that appears to have all their shit together, they've got everything going for them. They've got this, that, whatever else. They're dying inside. And so any little act of kindness or anything that we can do, and as LinkedIn user says, kindness is more infectious than any virus. And I will tell you, it is. It is, in fact. The more that we can be kind to other people, even if they're just little things like sending a message or smiling or waving to somebody, even something like that can make someone's day. I remember, I don't remember which movie it was, but it was a Jonah Hill character. So it was a movie that Jonah Hill was in, but I remember, he was kind of the cipher neighbor sort of person that nobody really paid attention to. And I believe there was a scene in this. And so again, this is all fictional, but what I'm about to explain to you literally happens every day somewhere in the world. Okay. Is here he didn't have any friends. Nobody really paid attention to him. And he was just kind of walking along in the hall. And one of the other characters in the movie made some comment to him. And he said, "Oh, thanks for doing that. I was on the way back to my apartment to kill myself." Okay, now let me just let that sit with you for just a minute. Is there are people out there in this world who feel so alone, they feel so depressed, they feel so sad that they actually want to take their own life. And sometimes, I promise you, literally smiling at somebody, waving to somebody, having a short conversation with people can sometimes be the difference between somebody going back to their apartment and doing something harmful to themselves versus them going, you know what? I felt seen today. Somebody in the world saw me. Somebody in the world, man, I'm gonna get emotional here. Somebody acknowledged that I'm a human being. Okay. And that's why it is so great to be alive, my friends. It is so great to be alive. It is so great to be able to have that kind of an impact on other people. Show other people that you see them, that you love them, that you like them, because so many people in this world don't have this. And I will tell you, it is a horrible, horrible irony. It is a horrible irony that in today's day and age, we are the most connected technologically that we have ever been in this world. We are the most connected on social media, with the technology, with everything else that we have. The fact that I can sit here in my home office in Los Angeles and be talking to you somewhere else in the world is just amazing. But regardless of all of that technology that we have and the ability to be connected and how much people are actually using social media, it is sad how lonely people are. Humans don't connect like we should be. We scroll through, we watch stuff, but we're not actually connecting, right? Yes, LinkedIn user, we're here together living this human experience together. So let's make it a human experience with people. Acknowledge people. If it's somebody's birthday, say, "Hey, happy birthday." Right? I try to do that. That's one of the things I try to do most every day is, especially on LinkedIn, if it pops up and it says it's your birthday, you're going to probably get a little message from me that says, "Hey Jason, happy birthday. Hope this next year is great." It's not going to be me pushing the little happy birthday button. It's going to be actually me taking that extra 2 seconds to make it a human connection. And that's what I really wanted to kind of share today. I know I've kind of rambled a little bit longer, but as I started off, it's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's a great feeling if we choose to be grateful for it and to feel good about it. Because every day, regardless of what happened yesterday, you get up, you get to start the day new, you start the day fresh. It's always today, right? It was actually, that just reminded me of a story. We just recorded a podcast with Kathy Groover, my co-host on Fire and Earth, and she brought up a story about this pub in England somewhere that has a sign out and says free beer tomorrow. And so people will show up the next day and they're like, "Hey, I'm here for my free beer." And the bartender's like, "Well, free beer is tomorrow." And they said, "Well, I know, but I was here yesterday and you said there'd be free beer tomorrow." "Well, I know, but today is today. Come back tomorrow for free beer," right? It kind of sounds like an Abbott and Costello who's on first sort of a thing. But, the fact is we have today and we don't know if we're going to have tomorrow. As I told you before, there are a lot of people all over the world that go to sleep one night and they don't wake up the next morning. So just do what you can today to make your life, to make someone else's life a little bit brighter. Be kind, make it a snappy new day, right? I mean, I actually do that when I listen to that song in the morning. I think I'll make a snappy new day. And the reason that I do that, I actually snap my fingers because it's called an anchor. Okay. I won't geek out on you on that, but the fact is when I actually snap my fingers and I say that, it helps me to remember that more and actually anchor that in my subconscious as well. So you're lucky. I'm lucky that we're both alive. I am grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be here talking to you. And again, maybe if you're one of those people that nobody else today has said, "I like you, I see you, I acknowledge that you're a human being," I'm here to tell you that as well. I might not be able to see you right now, but again, connect with me because I'd love to tell you that in person as well, right? Or virtually in person. You know what I mean, right? Um, so anyway, I think that's all I've got for today. But stay tuned because I'm going to be coming to you live much more often as we go forward. So have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.